Kethra Voss clamped her gauntleted fist around Evan Holt's arm and yanked him across the arena sand. His boots dragged furrows behind him. The crowd's roar crashed like thunder from the tiered stands. A sea of scaled faces hungry for blood. "Kneel, human." She slammed her palm into his shoulder, driving him down. Evan stumbled but caught himself. Blood seeped from a gash on his left thigh, courtesy of the capture skirmish. He shifted his weight to his good leg. His eyes locked onto hers, flat, unblinking blue orbs amid the pale, hairless face. No fear, no plea. Kethra's lip curled, fragile prey. The marshal's orders echoed in her mind. Shatter this one publicly. Prove humans break like dry twigs. Her people needed the narrative. Outsiders crushed. Order restored.
She circled him, Vibrasword humming in her grip.
The blade's edge shimmered with monomolecular sharpness, forged to cleave armor and bone alike, 20 duels unbeaten.
"Humans!"
They screamed at shadows. "Kneel properly," she snarled, "or I'll carve the lesson into your flesh." Evan said nothing. He planted both feet. Blood pattered onto the sand from his wound. The injury should hobble him. Collapse him. Marshal Ridd's voice boomed from the adjudicator's dais. Champion Voss claims first blood.
"Human yields!"
From the handler's pen, Talon Reeve shouted across the barrier. The other human, wiry and quick-eyed, gripped the rail. "Evan, rules say no armor. Use your stance." Shift left, Evan tilted his head fractionally toward the voice. Then back to Kethra. Still silent, her blood heated. Defiance insulted the ritual. She lunged low, sword whipping toward his bad leg. The strike aimed mid-thigh, precise to sever nerves. Force the scream. The kneel. The blade connected. A sharp crack split the air. Shards of alloy sprayed outward like brittle glass. The sword's tip exploded into glittering fragments. They pinged off Evan's leg, and off the reinforced bone beneath his skin. He didn't flinch.
"Didn't stagger."
Evan stood rooted. His face stayed slack, jaw set. A thin line of fresh blood trickled from the impact point, mixing with the old, but his eyes never left hers. The crowd gasped. Silence swallowed the roar. Kethra stared at her hand. The hilt vibrated, half the blade gone. Jagged stump. Impossible. Her weapon, certified pre-duel. She whipped it up, checked the core. Intact. No flaw. What sorcery, she hissed. Evan exhaled slowly. He flexed the struck leg, tested weight, nodded once, as if filing away data. Marshal Ride leaned forward on his dais, frills flaring in shock. "Champion, report." Talon pounded the barrier.
"Evan, that's her. She's disarmed."
Kethra ignored them. She dropped into guard stance, stump raised. Human flesh yields. Bones snap. This one, denser? Augmented. The capture scans showed nothing. Standard soft skin. She fainted high, then drove her boot into his ribs. Connection solid. He rocked sideways, grunted once, but he twisted mid-fall, landed on his good knee. Not both. Rose again. Locked eyes. Pain should drop him. Humans fled pain. Her people endured through discipline, but this...
"Treated it like rain. Yield," she growled.
"Or I end you." Evan wiped blood from his mouth, not yielding. His voice calm, accented through the translator implant. No rage. No panic. Like discussing repairs. The crowd murmured. Scales rustled in confusion. A champion's blade shattered? Kethra signaled the judges with a sharp claw gesture. Pause match. Weapon check, now. Marshal Ride hesitated. His eyes flicked to the holoscreens, broadcasting empire-wide. Narrative crumbling.
"Champion Voss protocol! Check him!"
She barked. That leg. Scan it. Drones whirred down from the arena ceiling. Blue scanner beams swept Evan's thigh. Data streamed to the dais. Kethra advanced as they worked. She grabbed his chin, forced his gaze. Up close, his skin felt wrong. Too smooth, too yielding. But those eyes drilled back, calculating.
"You're no technician," she said. "What hides under there?" Evan met her grip without resistance.
Bone graft. Ship accident. Titanium weave. Standard fix.
"Talon! Yelled again! Evan! Don't volunteer intel!"
Stall. The drones beeped. Marshal Red's voice crackled. Confirmed. Human femur reinforced. Non-regulation augmentation, but, within capture terms, no disallowance. Kethra released Evan's chin. Titanium, woven into flesh? Her own augments were external plates, this human knit metal inside living tissue. The crowd erupted in hisses. Shock rippled through the stands. She stepped back. Her stump sword felt heavy. Protocol demanded her win, but now, he bled limped worse yet stood. Pain fueled him? No. He managed it. Ignored it. Resume? Rid called. Catherine nodded curtly. She drew her ritual dagger, backup serrated for flesh-rending. Smaller.
Evan shifted again. Weight off the leg.
Eyes on her blade. She struck fast. Shoulder slash. He dodged clumsily, bad leg slowing him. Tip grazed his arm, cloth parted, skin split, blood welled.
He hissed. First sound of pain.
But no scream. He countered with a wild haymaker. Fist clipped her jawguard. Solid impact.
Her head snapped. Humans hit hard.
Dense muscle under thin skin. She spun away.
Stabbed low abdomen.
Blade sank half-inch into meat. Stuck. Evan yanked it free, tossed it aside. Blood poured from his arm. He didn't clutch it, kept stance. Kethra's breath came sharp. Her people broke at half this damage. Nerves fired overload. Surrender. This human, he breathed through it, eyes clear. Talon screamed tactics. Leg sweep. Use the sand! Evan lunged. Grabbed arena rake from the edge, improvised polearm.
Swung low.
Kethra vaulted back. Rake gouged sand. She countered with claws. Ripped his shirt. Exposed ribs, bruised purple. He swung again, connected with her thigh plate. Dent popped. Pain flared in her leg. Hers. Sharp warning. The crowd chanted now. Not her name.
Human. Human.
Enough. Yield, Voss? Never. She charged. Full bore.
Tackled him.
Sand exploded. Evan grunted under her weight. She pinned his bad leg, twisted. He bucked.
Arm locked her neck. Squeezed.
Air thinned. His blood slicked her scales. Hot. Sticky. She clawed his side. Gouged deep.
Meat tore. Evan's grip slackened.
But his free hand punched her ribs. Crack. Pain lanced her.
He ended on top, pinned her arm.
Rake pressed her throat. Breath ragged. His face hovered. Sweat beaded his brow. Blood everywhere, his mostly. Yield? His voice strained. Polite. Kethra bucked. Failed. His weight solid. Endurance held him. Scans lied. Humans weren't fragile. They endured. Turned agony to fuel. Marshall's hammer slammed. Match paused. Medics. Evan rolled off. Rose unsteadily. Offered hand. She ignored it. Stared up. Her people's assumptions shattered like her sword. Talon rushed the barrier. You good? Evan nodded. Limped to him. Legs worse, but manageable. Kethra rose alone. The crowd's roar deafened. Not victory cheers. Kethra slammed her fist on the arena barrier. Scan him. Full diagnostic. Drones whirred forward. Red lights swept Evan's body. The human stood steady, blood dripping from his side. One leg dragged, but his shoulders stayed square. Marshal Ridd nodded from his dais. The readout projected above the pit. Hollow screens flared for the crowd. Shattered femur. Torn ligaments. Internal hemorrhaging. Fractured ribs piercing lung tissue.
Kethra's scales itched.
Impossible. He balanced on that leg, breathed even. No collapse. Evan wiped blood from his mouth. Turned to the human medic beyond the barrier. Talon Reeve. Water. And tape. Wrap the leg. Talon blinked. Tossed a pouch over. Evan caught it one-handed.
Drank deep from the tube. Spat pink.
Ripped cloth strips. Bound his thigh tight. Crimson soaked through instantly. The crowd hushed. Then erupted.
Man.
Human.
Kethra's jaw clenched. Fragile prey didn't bind wounds mid-trial. They begged evacuation. This one prepped for more. Her people's archives lied. Humans broke under first blood. Marshal Ride leaned forward. Voss. Concede the point? Never. Kethra vaulted the barrier. Landed light. Her tail lashed. Resume. Controlled strikes only. Prove the scan. Nodded to Talon. Count her wind-up. Talon's voice carried low. 3 beats. In on 4. The marshal's hammer fell. Continue. Tested first. Jab to his guard. Feint. Wheel strike hammered his shoulder. Bone crunched under her gauntlet. Evan exhaled sharp. Stance held. She tracked his breath. In, 2, 3 out. Steady. Second strike. Hook to ribs. Already cracked ones. He absorbed it, grunted. Breath. In, 2, 3 out. Pain tolerance? No. Rhythm. Like a machine. Third strike. Knee to his bound thigh. Direct on the shatter point. Evan buckled half-second. Dropped low.
But rose. Breath even.
Eyes locked hers. Crowd roared. Bets flipped on arena boards. Kethra stepped back. Analyzed.
His pattern synced hers.
Used her power against her. Humans fought smart, not just brute. She feinted high. He twitched, predicted. Perfect. Evan lunged. Matched her 3-beat wind-up. Stepped inside guard. Clinched. Arms locked her waist. Head drove into her chest plate. Slammed her back 2 paces. Air whooshed from her lungs. His weight unyielding. Blood smeared her armor. Hot reek of iron. Kethra twisted. Threw elbow to his spine. Crack echoed.
He sagged but clamped tighter.
Squeezed ribs she'd cracked earlier. Her own pain flared. Sharp warning.
Break.
She snarled. He released. Stumbled back. Offered no yield. Just circled again. Martial ride rose.
Foul. Clinch under controlled rules. Kethra breathed deep.
Her leg throbbed from his earlier dent. Humans turned weakness to trap. She glanced at the scan worsening. Yet he moved. Full rules, she barked. No limits.
End this. The marshal paused.
Crowd bayed. Hollow screens flashed. Voss demands blood. Hammer slammed. No pauses. Kethra charged. No tests now. Full bore. Claws extended. She slashed high-opened gash across his chest. Fresh red weld. He swung wild. Fist grazed her jaw. Stars burst. They collided. Fell, tangled. Sand-gritted scales. Evan's elbow pinned her arm. Free hand choked her throat. Pressure built, not frantic. Controlled. She bucked. His legs hooked hers. Bound thigh pressed her hip. He endured the agony. Used it to anchor. Kethra gouged his side. Deeper tear. Meat parted. He hissed. Grip loosened fraction. Enough. She reversed. Flipped him under. Mounted. Fists rained. Controlled bursts. Face, jaw, ribs. Each landed solid. Bones popped. Evan covered. Tucked chin. Survived. Breath ragged now. But eyes burned. No quit. Talon yelled from barrier. Breathe through. Counter low, Evan exploded up. Bridge and roll. Reversed position. Straddled her chest. Fists hammered her guards. One slipped through. Cracked her cheek plate. Blood hearse tasted copper. Kethra roared.
Clawed his bad leg. Tore the wrap.
Exposed bone shard, glinting white. He screamed, first real break in voice. But pinned her harder, raked to her throat. Drew scale blood. Pain lanced both.
Crowd insane. Who man?
Voss. Who man? Voss. Marshall stood. Hammer hovered. Yield? Neither answered. Evan pressed.
Kethra bridged. They rolled again.
Locked in mutual crush. Elbows traded, grunts mixed. Her ribs screamed. His leg buckled under her knee.
Yet he twisted.
Forced clinch again. Drained, her air. Scans updated, both critical. Her, fractures, lacerations. Him, systemic failure imminent.
Kethra broke free. Rose staggering.
Evan matched. Limped circle. Blood pooled at his feet. Hers slicked the sand. Assumptions shattered. Humans weren't glass. They weaponized hurt. Fueled by it. Her people prized clean kills. Quick dominance.
This?
Endless grind. She lunged final test. Overhead smash. He sidestepped. Barely. Countered thigh. Fist sank deep dent. Her leg buckled. Evan pressed. Tackled. Ground her. Armbar locked.
Twisted. Pain exploded. Joint scream.
Yield clawed her throat, but his eyes.
Polite fire. Tap. Kethra bucked.
Reversed. Pinned him instead. Claws to neck. You first. He grinned through blood. Not today. Stalemate. Marshall's hammer poised. Talon vaulted barrier. Against rules. Evan. Legs done. Evac now. Drones buzzed. But Kethra waved them off. Stared at Evan. This human redefined fragile. Her trial failed. Worse ignited doubt. Crowd chanted one voice.
Fight! Fight!
Marshall bellowed. Final round, or declare. Kethra rose, offered hand. Evan took it. Pulled up together. Both bled rivers. She leaned close, voice low. What are you? His laugh wet rasp. Just a tech. Fixing problems. Problems like her. The hammer waited. Her choice now. Break him, or her rules. Kethra released Evan's hand and stepped back, her claws flexing. Final round, she snarled to the marshal. Blood traced rivulets down her scaled thigh. Marshal Ridd slammed his hammer on the podium. The arena shook, drones hummed overhead, broadcasting vitals to the holographic displays. Crowd roar peaked, thousands chanting in alien tongues. Evan steadied his stance. His left leg throbbed, a deep ache from her prior strikes. He ignored it. Pain was data. Manageable.
Kethra turned to the judge's dais. Tighten restrictions.
No tools. Her voice carried authority. She jabbed a claw at Evan. Strip him. Ride nodded. 2 arena drones buzzed forward. Clamps extended. They scanned Evan, yanked a thin multi-tool from his boot sheath, the last remnant of his tech kit. It clattered to the sand.
Evan shrugged. Tools helped.
But he had hands, eyes. The arena. Talon's voice cut from the handler's pen beyond the barrier.
Evan, boundaries are kill zones now.
Step wrong. Auto stun. Measure 'em. Evan nodded once. He limped a slow circuit, eyes locked on the glowing boundary lines etched in the sand. Red hazard strips pulsed every 5 meters. He counted steps, 12 to the north wall, 9 to the east curve. Arena diameter, 32 paces. Asymmetrical, tight on the west flank. Kethra watched him. Her frill ridges flared. She hefted her ritual blade, a curved monomolecular edge glinting under floodlights. Ridd's hammer fell again. Ooh! Faint high, a slash at his shoulder. Evan ducked, too slow. Her real strike whipped low, targeting the wounded leg again. Blade bit deep into his calf. Fire erupted, muscle tore. Evan staggered but locked his knee. Didn't drop. Her eyes narrowed. She twisted the blade for collapse. Evan's hand snapped out. Fingers clamped her wrist. Iron grip, born of shipyard hauls and endless shifts. He couldn't outstrength her.
Not this warrior champion. But redirect?
Yes, he yanked her blade arm across his body. Pivoted on good leg. Shoved. Kethra stumbled. Her boot heel skidded over the boundary line. Red glow flared. Buzzer wailed. Evan released. Stepped back clean. She ripped her blade free. Blood sprayed. His. Penalty strike! Kethra bellowed, invoking the rule. Her own foul triggered it. Attacker pays if pushed out. But her gaze flicked to the line. Realization hit.
He hadn't flinched into her.
He'd baited the shove, planned the boundary trap. Marshal Ride raised a claw. Penalty confirmed. Kethra Voss strikes self. Drones enforced it. A stun prod lanced from the floor. It jabbed her shoulder. She convulsed, scales smoking. Evan pressed no advantage. Limpid in place, let her rise. His calf wept blood. Vision blurred at edges. But quitting? Not an option. Talon yelled. Compress the wound. Rip your sleeve. Evan tore a strip from his jumpsuit, bound the gash tight. Pressure stemmed the flow. Focus sharpened. Kethra surged up. Smoke curled from her scales. Fury twisted her muzzle. Clever vermin. She charged again, blade weaving a storm. Evan backpedaled. Used the arena. West flank tight, fewer steps. He measured 8 paces to wall. Her swings clipped air. He dodged, sidestepped. Each move cost him.
Legs screamed, lungs burned from prior clinches.
She hammered high. He rolled under.
Sand gritted his wounds, came up inside her guard.
Elbow to her ribs. Crack, felt the fracture. Kethra grunted, swatted him back.
He flew 3 paces, landed rolling.
Boundary loomed. He planted hands, pushed off clean. Displays flashed. Evan's vitals redlining. Systemic shock. Her, multiple fractures, blood loss critical. Crowd hushed, then erupted. Endurance. Endurance. Kethra circled. Limped now, his thigh counter from before. Yield, human.
Your flush fails.
Evan spat blood. Grinned. Flesh holds. He bounced light on toes. Tested the leg. Functional. Talon vaulted the low barrier. Rules be damned. Slid a hypo spray under the rail. Adrenaline burst. One shot. Evan snatched it. Jammed into thigh. Fire surged. Pain flipped to fuel. Heart thundered. Kethra lunged. Overhead smash. Evan sidestepped. Barely. Her blade gouged sand. He countered. Fist to her inner thigh. Sank deep. Ligament popped. Her leg buckled. She roared. Evan tackled.
Drove her down. Sand exploded.
He locked armbar on her blade arm. Twisted. Joint screamed. Her claws scrabbled his back. Tore flesh. Tap. Evan rasped. Polite, steady. Kethra bucked. Reversed, with raw power.
Pinned him. Claws to throat.
You first. He grinned through crimson. Not today. Stalemate. Both heaved. Blood pooled. His at feet. Hers slicked the sand. Rid's hammer hovered. Yield or... Talon shouted. Evan. Legs done. Evac! Drone swarmed. But Kethra waved them off. Locked eyes with Evan. Something shifted in her gaze. Shock? Awe? She leaned close. Voice low. What are you? Evan coughed wet. Just a tech. Fixing problems. Her scales rippled. A chill?
She pushed up. Offered claw hand.
He took it. She hauled him vertical. Both swayed. Rid bellowed. Declared. Or... Kethra glanced at Judges, then back to Evan. Her frill lay flat.
No. Reckoning.
Evan steadied, watched her. The arena pulsed. Crowd held breath. She raised their joined hands. Trial continues.
But her whisper carried only to him.
Not fragile. Never. Drones blared warning. Vitals crashing. Yet Evan stood. Endured. Kethra's grip tightened, not crush. Respect. Ride's hammer poised. One strike to end it. But Evan spotted it. Her eyes darted to the boundary. Testing him again? He stepped first, into the final dance. Kethra lunged. Her blade whipped low, slicing Evan's thigh. Fresh blood sprayed the sand. He staggered but planted his foot, ignored the fire. Crowd roared. Thousands of aliens packed the arena tiers, frills flaring in bloodlust. Drones hummed overhead, broadcasting vitals. His heart rate steady at 140, hers spiking to 180. Continuous, Kethra bellowed to Ride. Her voice echoed off stone walls. No respite. Drain the fragile one. Rid's hammer thumped the podium. Granted. Trial unbroken. Fight. Evan circled left. Slowed his steps. Breathed deep. 4 in, 6 out. Talon's voice crackled in his earpiece, hidden under the collar. Conserve. Let her burn energy. Kethra pressed. She fainted high, struck low. Fist hammered his ribs. Crack. Pain bloomed, hot and sharp. He exhaled through it. Reset stance. Knees bent. Weight forward. She grinned, fangs bared. Fall already. Not yet. Evan blocked her next slash.
Barely. His arm went numb.
She hammered again. Elbow to solar plexus. Air whooshed out. He doubled, coughed blood. Crowd chanted, "Break! Break!" Breathe, Evan. Pattern. Overhand. Gut. Leg sweep. Incoming.
Kethra obliged. Overhand chop rocked his shoulder.
Gut punch folded him. Leg sweep buckled his knee.
He hit sand. Rolled.
Up in seconds. Reset. Her frill quivered. Sweat gleamed on her scales. Why persist? Yield. Evan shook his head. Controlled breath. Pain was data now. Track it, adjust. Ribs bruised, not broken. Leg torn, still weight-bearing. Problems get fixed. She snarled. Charged. Continuous assault. Blade nicked his arm. Fist bruised his jaw. Knee drove into his hip. Each hit landed solid.
He absorbed, slowed further.
Footwork minimal. Conserved. Crowd hushed. Drones blared his vitals. Blood loss 20%. Oxygen sats dropping. They expected collapse. Kethra's strikes slowed a fraction. She paused barely a second.
Evan timed it. Snapped forward.
Grabbed her wrist. Twisted. Joint lock. Her blade clattered free. Silence crashed. Her eyes widened. Claws flexed empty. He held the lock. Pushed through agony. Tap. She yanked back.
He released. She scooped her blade.
But instead of thrusting home, she kicked his dropped knife toward him, handle first. River leaned forward. Rearmament? Voss?
Bryce.
He scooped the blade. Leg screamed. Stood anyway. Blood dripped, steady. Talon whispered, "She's testing limits. Use it." Kethra circled anew. Faster now. Blade blurred. She struck high. Evan parried. Low blocked. She feinted. Landed a slash across his chest. Fabric shredded. Skin parted. He grunted. Reset. Breath even. Why? She growled mid-swing. Pain ends warriors, not humans.
He countered. Blade scraped her guard.
She recoiled, surprised. Crowd murmured. Trills flattened in confusion. She redoubled. Fist to temple.
He swayed. Blade dropped again.
She could end it. Claws raked his side instead. Shallow. Testing.
Evan dropped to knee, pushed up.
Retrieved weapon stances. Rid bellowed. Voss. Finish or declare. She glanced at the marshal. Then back.
Something flickered in her gaze. Doubt. Evan saw it.
Pressed. Lunged slow. Baited her. She bit. Overhand smash. He sidestepped. Locked her elbow again. Dropped her blade second time. It skittered across sand. Crowd gasped. Kethra froze. Unarmed. Him bleeding rivers but armed. Talon. Now.
Pin her.
Evan hesitated. She wasn't broken. Just watching. She straightened. No grab for weapon. Raised empty claws. You endure.
Nodded. We do.
Ride's hammer rose.
Yield?
Kethra spun to podium. No, rearm me. She kicked her blade to neutral ground. Evan blinked, retrieved it for her. No rules, said combatants only. She charged barehanded. Grabbed his knife hand. Forced it down. Pinned him against boundary wall. Claws pricked his neck. Crowd exploded. But her whisper cut through. Show them all.
Evan twisted free, tossed her blade back.
She caught it mid-air. They clashed anew. Steel sung. Her strikes precise pulling. His blocks weaker but timed. Pain layered. Ribs grinding. Leg numb. Vision blurring. Vitals screamed in drones. Blood pressure crashing. Talon yelled.
Evan! Evan now!
He ignored. Spotted her pattern again. Gut feint. Shoulder strike. Leg hook.
She came. He ate the gut punch.
Blocked. Shoulder. When leg hooked, he dropped weight. Locked her knee joint. Twisted. She yelped. Dropped. Blade out third time. Arena stilled. Her chest heaved.
Scales pale.
Evan knelt. Offered hand. Tap. She stared. Took it. Rose. No reverse. Stood equal. Writhe thundered. Declare. Kethra held his gaze. Frill low. Humans. Weapons of will. She raised their hands. Blood mingled. Met. Crowd erupted. Confusion. Cheers. But Evan saw her scales ripple. Chill of realization. Talon's voice broke through. Medics inbound. Hold on. Evan swayed. World grade. But stood. Endured. Kethra leaned in. Voice for him alone. We assumed fragile. Wrong. He grinned faint. Just fixing. She nodded. Grip firm. Respect sealed in blood. Rid's hammer fell silent. Arena shifted. Narratives cracked. Drones swarmed.
Talon burst through barrier with hypo. Down, idiot! Evan collapsed into arms.
Kethra watched, unblinking. Pain faded. Victory hummed, but her eyes promised. More tests, for all of them.
Kethra turned to Rid. Recorded true.
Human stands. Marshal's frill drooped.
He nodded once.
Not defeat. Revelation. Talon slapped his face. Wake up, Tech. You broke their champion.
Evan cracked eye. Med Bay hummed. Kethra loomed in hollow feed.
Watching. Fixed the problem, he muttered. She smiled, fangs hidden.
Next round? He laughed. Hurt everywhere.
Bring it. Arena feeds looped the disarm. Aliens whispered. Endurance. Weapon. Humans. Just getting started. Kethra stormed into the adjudicator's vault. Frill flared high. Her claws scraped the polished deck. Marshal Rid, equip us both fairly. No more handicaps. Ride's eyes narrowed from his elevated throne. Hollow screens flickered around him, replaying the human's disarm. The crowd's confused roar echoed in loops. Voss. End the soft skin now. Crush him bare-handed if needed.
She planted her feet, tail lashed.
The right demands balance, blades for both. Blunts, shields. Prove fragility through skill, not starved odds. Ride Rose. His frill pulsed crimson threat. Scales gleamed under vault lights. Your rank hangs by this farce. Fail to break him quick, and I strip your champion's stripe. Narratives demand human weakness. Deliver it. Kethra held his stare. Claws flexed. Pain from her slashed arm throbbed. A human's work. I will uncover it. She turned before he could hammer denial. Drones whirred after her, broadcasting every step. The arena tunnel hummed. Cheers crashed against barriers. She gripped the rack of weapons, vibrolances, shock mauls, edge shields. Balanced sets. Her choice. Evan Holt waited center pit. The human medic Talon Reeve knelt beside him, wrapping his mangled leg. Blood stained the tape. Holt's face stayed calm. No grimace, just focus.
Metal clanged. Choose. Human.
Equal arms. No tricks. Evan looked up, grinned through split lip. Appreciated. He selected a maul and shield. Solid, no flourish.
Talon handed him fresh tape. Evan yanked his pant leg high.
Wrapped the knee tighter. Fibers bit skin.
He tested weight.
Nodded. Keep the crowd back, he said.
Eyes on her frill. They swarm close last round.
Distraxakethra signaled drones. Barriers hummed wider. Done.
She hefted matching mole. Shield lock to arm.
Her wound sealed under arena gel, but ache lingered. Human blades did that. Talon backed off. Muttered tactics. High feint, low riposte.
He's tiring. Holt nodded once.
Rose. Limped into guard.
Kethra raised her voice. Arena amplifiers boomed it.
Final round. Decisive strike claims victory. I stake my honor. True test. No mercy faked. Then exploded. Rid's hollow face scowled from overhead.
She charged.
Maul whirred.
Shock field crackled blue.
Tested his guard. Evan parried. Shield sparked. He countered low. Maul grazed her thigh scale. Pain flared. Hot.
He didn't press. Waited.
Kethra circled. Tail balanced her. You endure. Why fight fair now? Fix the problem, he grunted. Blocked her overhead smash. Bones jarred. His leg buckled once. He reset. Tape held. She fainted high. Drove knee into his ribs. Crack echoed.
Human flew back. Skid across sand.
Rose. Shield dented. Breath ragged. Crowd leaned in. Frills quivered. Bets shifted on drone feeds. Kethra pressed. Maul arced.
He dodged.
Riposte clipped her shoulder. Vibro edge. Bit deep. Blood welled. She roared. Spun full force. Evan took the shield bash square. Armor crumpled. He dropped to knee. Maul swung wild. Hers. Connected thigh. Shock jolted him rigid. Muscles locked. He powered through. Rose. Maul met hers mid-swing. Locked. Faces inches. His eyes clear. Sweat poured. No quit. You're broken, she hissed. Pushed harder. Manageable? He rasped. Leg trembled. Tape frayed. He twisted. Broke lock. Shield punched her chest. Knocked wind. Kethra staggered. Gasped. Human strength surged late. Like their ships. Slow build. Endless push. Talon yelled from edge. Adrenaline dump. Finisher. Launched flurry. Maul high. Low thrust.
Evan blocked 2. Third grazed ribs.
Skin split. Blood-soaked tunic.
He didn't fall. Countered.
Maul hooked her shield. Yanked. Exposed. Kethra dropped low. Swept his legs. He crashed. Sand puffed. Maul flew. She pinned. Knee on chest. Maul hummed at throat. Endure this.
Evan's hand gripped her wrist. Squeezed.
Bones ground. His leg kicked tape knee drove her gut. Air whooshed out. She rolled off. Gasped. Rose.
He stood. Retrieved Maul.
Limped forward. Ribs wheezed. Blood dripped. Shield arm hung loose. Arena silent. Drones zoomed.
Aliens gaped. Frills flat in shock.
Kethra laughed. Fangs bared. Weapon. Charged again. Matched his pace. Tested limits. They clashed center.
Shields ground.
Minutes blurred. Her strikes slowed. Fatigue clawed muscles.
Human. Kept rhythm.
Pain fueled him. Parry. Thrust.
His maul nicked her frill.
Nerve fire shot vision white. She dropped shield. Two-handed maul overhead.
Desperate. Evan sidestepped.
Tripped her with leg sweep. Pinned her maul arm. Shield pressed throat. Breath synced. Both heaved. Blood mingled on sand. Yield? He asked. Voice steady. Kethra met eyes. Saw fire. Not rage. Resolve.
No. She tapped ground.
Right signal. Stalemate. On a round. Crowd erupted. Not cheers. Awe. Whispers. Endless. Unbreaking. Ride's hammer cracked overhead. Voss. Finish. She ignored. Rose with Evan. Weapons down. Hands clasped. You weaponize hurt. We shatter on it. Evan nodded. Winced. Talon rushed in. Hypo pricked neck.
Collapse later, hero. Kethra faced Rid's dais.
Trial reveals truth. Humans endure. Recorded. Marshall's frill drooped. Drones captured it. Feeds exploded across nets. Assumptions cracked. She turned to Evan.
Collapsing into Talon's hold. Next test.
My rules.
His grin faded to gray.
But eyes promised. Ready. Vault alarms blared.
Rid summoned her. Rank online.
She strode out. Honor intact.
Curiosity burned. Human limits?
None seen. Evan's voice trailed. Tape ready? Talon snorted. Always.
Arena shifted.
Whispers grew. Endurance, weapon. Kethra smiled. Fangs gleamed. More rounds. Real tests. Careers be damned. Kethra lunged. Blade sliced air. Rid's eyes bored into her from the dais. No mercy now. End it. Evan met her thrust. Forearm guard clamped her blade. Steel bit his flesh. Blood welled. He didn't flinch. Pushed forward.
She twisted.
Knee drove into his gut. Impact jarred her bones. He grunted. Pressure never slackened. Closed the gap. Inches away. His free hand hooked her elbow. Pulled.
She stumbled.
He swept her leg.
Sand exploded.
They crashed. His weight pinned her maul arm. Shield pressed her throat. No head strike. Controlled. Pain throbbed in her frill. His blood dripped on her scales. Steady breath synced. Crowd hushed. Kethra tapped sand. Twice. Right complete. Drones hummed. Champion Voss yields. Holt endures. Rid's hammer slammed. Execution. Fragile pretender dies. She surged up. Blocked his decree with raised frill. No. Trial reveals. He broke nothing. We assumed. Evan released. Offered hand. Pulled her to feet. Mercy and grip. Arena exploded. Roars shook tears. Not victory chance. Revelation. Kethra faced Aes. Rid's frill quivered. Voss. Treason? Truth. She clasped Evan's arm. Human warmth seeped through. Endurance. Weapon. Talon darted in. Hypo hissed at Evan's neck. Stay up, Holt. Show's not over. Grinned through red teeth. Tape it all. Drones swarmed. Feeds lit nets. Whispers cascaded. Unbroken. Human forge. Ride stood. Hammer low. Round ends. But debt remains. Kethra ignored him. Turned to Evan. You weaponize pain. Teach me. His eyes sharpened. Manage it. Don't fight it. Frill flexed. First crack in armor. Her own. Vault doors hissed behind dais. Alarms wailed anew. Rid summoned. Voss. Now, she strode forward. Sand clung to scales. Evan's voice echoed. Ready for more? Talon snorted.
He's human.
Always. Crowd parted. Eyes followed. Aliens leaned forward. Assumptions bled out. Kethra mounted steps. Ride waited. Face stone. Explain. Trial demands it. She met his gaze. Humans endure. We shatter first. His frill flattened. Nets burn. Council watches. Your rank, intact. She bared fangs. Push further. Real test. Rid paused. Hammer tapped thigh. Agreed, but rules mine. Drones captured. Feeds surged. Billions tuned in. Below, Evan leaned on Talon. Wound, staunched. Eyes tracked her. Resolve burned.
Kethra descended, grabbed fresh blades from rack.
Heavier. Serrated. Next. No guards. Evan took pair, tested weight. Your rules? Mine. She circled. Break or yield.
He nodded.
No boast. Positioned.
Crowd hushed again.
Bets flipped. Whispers. She learns. Ride's voice boomed. Honor duel resumes. Boss claims truth. Kethra struck first. Serrations raked his shoulder. Clothes shredded. Muscle parted. He stepped in. Blade locked hers high. Free hand punched ribs. Controlled force, she gasped. Rib cracked? No. Bruise bloomed. He pressed. Didn't relent. Knee countered. His thigh, solid. Unyielding.
Tripped herself?
He flowed with it. Rolled. Pinned again. Blades crossed throats. Pain sang in her side. His shoulder poured red. Steady eyes. Yield? Frill heated. Pride warred. Tapped. Again. Drones blared.
Second yield!
Holt unbowed. Arena quaked. Chants rose. Endure. Ride silenced them. Hammer cracked. Enough. Human stands.
Kethra rose.
Clasp hands. His grip firmer. Blood-slicked scales. How? Pain screams quit. Evan winced. Talon patched mid-stride. Screams ignored. Problem solved. She flexed frill. Awe crept. Her people fled agony. He farmed it. Talon injected. Adrenaline dump incoming. Walk it off. Evan nodded. Faced Rid. Debt paid. Marshall descended.
Eyed wounds. Human flesh knit slow.
But stood. Consul deliberates. You live. For now. Feeds exploded. Clips looped. Pin mercy yields. Titles screamed. Humans? Pain eaters? Kethra watched Evan. Collapse loomed. Talon propped. Yet grin flashed. Next test? She asked. His laugh barked. Your call. Rid snorted. Insolent. Vault holds answers. Doors parted. Guards flanked. Humans followed. Kethra lied. Inside. Hollows flickered. Human ship scans. Resilience data. They adapt. Ride muttered. Pain fuels. Kethra traced graphs. Evan's vitals flatlined, then spiked. No panic? Control. Assumptions wrong, she said. Weaponize ours. Ride's frill rose. Alliance? Or purge? She glanced back. Evan met eyes. Nodded. Test more, she decided. Prove. Alarms quieted. Nets raged. Aliens questioned. Why yield? Why endure? Kethra smiled. Fangs sharp. Shattered like blades. Evan slumped into chair. Talon worked. You broke her rules, Holt. Team effort. Eyes on Kethra. She's tough. Talon chuckled. Space orcs. Meet real ones. Outside, crowd chanted. Endurance. Weapon. Rid sealed vault. Round 3. Dawn. Full arena. Kethra gripped hilt. Ready.
Human limits? Still none.
Evan's voice cut through. Tape ready? Always.
Dawn broke. Arena filled. Bleachers groaned under weight. Drones orbited. Nets peaked. Trillions watched. Kethra entered. New armor. Blades poison tips. Rid's gift.
End it proper.
Evan followed. Patched. No guard. Talon at edge. Hypo poised. Rid, raised. Hammer. Final trial. No yields. One stands. Crowd roared. Bets maxed. Kethra charged. Poison grazed thigh.
Burn spread.
Evan staggered. Then straightened. Closed. Blade high. His low. Trapped. Swept. Pin imminent. She kneed. Connected. Ribs popped. He wheezed. Held. Takedown flowed. Sand bit back. Blades at throats. Poison seared her veins too. His eyes clear. Mercy. Frill drooped.
Tapped frantic. Yield!
Heel. Drone screamed. Voss yields third. Holt unbreakable. Rid froze. Hammer dropped. Arena shattered. Cheers deafened. Evan released. Helped up. Mercy again. Broke louder than steel. Kethra gasped. Talon rushed. Antidote pricked both. Rid approached. Voice low. Humans? Allies? Evan stood tall. Endure together. Crowd echoed. Assumptions crumbled. Nets declared, endurance wins wars. Kethra clasped arm. My rules broken. Yours? He grinned. Gray-edged. Survive. Adapt. She nodded. Frill High Alliance. Careers be damned. Future forged. Vault hummed. Data poured. Tests endless. Humans ready. Whispers grew galactic. Pain. Their blade. Kethra slammed her gauntleted fist into the arena sand. Champion's privilege. Medic for the human. Now. On this floor, her frill flared crimson, veins still throbbing from the poison's fade. Drones whirred closer, capturing every twitch. The crowd's roar stuttered into gasps. Trillions watched. She locked eyes on Evan Holt. He knelt, breath ragged, ribs caved from her knee, but his gaze held steady. No collapse.
No plea. Talon Reeve sprinted from the edge, hypo gleaming.
Guards twitched but held. Kethra's rank bought seconds. Rid's hammer hovered mid-air. His scales paled. Voss, privilege stands, Kethra barked. He fought clean. Yield honored. Care first. Talon reached Evan. Needle pierced thigh. Antidote flooded. Evan hissed, then exhaled slow. Thanks, Doc. Ride's voice sliced low, for her ears. Enough theater. Guards. Seize the fragile thing. Silence to feeds. Armored enforcers surged from the gates. Blasters hummed. Crowd murmurs swelled to thunder.
Kethra spun, blade drawn. Halt!
You break code, Marshal! Her shout boomed across the pit. Drones amplified it galaxy-wide. Bleachers shook as thousands rose. Chants built. Voss. Voss. Ride froze. His frill flattened. Champion's whim ends at yield. Humans a threat. Narrative demands.
Demand a review.
Kethra stepped between guards and Evan. Sand crunched under her boots. Public duel. Public truth. Crowd witnesses. Vault records all. Guards halted, eyes flicking to Rid. Bets flashed on hollows. Voss defies Marshal.
Odds flipped. Evan grunted.
Limbs shook as he pushed upright. Blood streaked his patched suit. Ribs ground with each breath. He gripped her arm for balance, not weakness. Leverage.
Kethra felt his pulse. Steady.
Unyielding.
State it clear, she urged, voice pitched for mics.
Evan straightened. Voice carried, calm as ship diagnostics. I entered fair. Fought by rules. Poison hit both. She yielded first. No tricks. No breaks. Just endurance. Crowd exploded. Truth. Truth. Ride's claws clenched. Lies twist. Facts. Evan cut in.
Your poison. Your blades.
I stood. She yielded mercy. No revenge needed. Alliance possible. He met Rid's glare. No rage.
Just fact. Kethra's frill spiked Alliance blue.
Assumptions cracked. Humans didn't shatter. They bent, reforged. Review now, she roared, or face Champion's challenge. Rid scanned the mob, faces twisted from mockery to hunger. Chants shifted. Rematch?
New code!
Guards backed off. Hammer lowered. Kethra sheathed her blade. Escort him out. My honor. She hooked Evan's arm. He leaned, minimal steps measured. Talon flanked, scanner beeping vitals. Arena gates parted. Crowd surged barriers. Voices blended. Holt unbreakable. Voss unbreakable. Rid's whisper chased them. This fractures everything. Kethra didn't turn. Fractures built stronger. They cleared the tunnel. Med Bay loomed, sterile lights harsh. Talon shoved Evan onto slab. Ribs realigned. Poison neutral. Tough bastard. Evan winced as scanner hummed. Manageable. What's next? Kethra paced. Her armor chafed. Spikes dulled from duel. Privilege burned her career. Rid's narrative, humans as prey, lay in ruins. But the crowd, they saw. Review convenes, she said. Vault data plays live. Your words sealed it. Good. No point in revenge. Breaks chains faster. Talon snorted. Spoken like a tech. Fix the system. Don't smash it. Kethra's comm buzzed. Nets flooded. Voss champions human.
Endurance redefines strength.
She glanced at Evan. Gray edged his grin, pain etched lines. Yet he rose again. You treat pain as tool. Signal. Push through. Adapt. Vault doors hissed nearby. Adjudicators filed in, robes stiff. Rid led face thunder. Champion Voss, he intoned. Formal claim? Kethra stood tall. Duel valid. Yield honored. Human care invoked. No seizure. Drones hovered, feeds open. Rid activated Holos. Duel replayed. Charge Gray's knee pin tap. Evans hold firm. Mercy given. Crowd feed split screen. Trillions chant rematch. Assumptions fail. Kethra pressed. Humans endure. Allies, not fragile. Adjudicators murmured. One nodded.
Data confirms. Code upholds.
Rid's scales darkened. Narrative, truth rewrites, the elder snapped. New code. Endurance trials open. Humans test. Hammer struck vault floor. Gong echoed. Evans slipped off slab. Limped forward. We endure together. Kethra clasped his forearm. Frill high. Careers damned. Code reborn. Outside, arena lights blazed.
Crowd waited. Chance peaked. Rematch.
Alliance! Rid conceded. Dawn. Open rules. Kethra led Evan back. Sand still warm. Talon grinned. Broke the system, Ev. Evan flexed ribs. Just managed it. Crowd spotted them. Roar shattered night. They came for breakage. Now they demanded more. Kethra armed Evan a fresh blade. No poison. Pure test. Dawn crept. Bets maxed anew. Whispers spread. Humans wield pain as weapon.
She charged first. Evan met her.
Endurance forged the blade. Guards parted. Allies walked free. Galactic nets burned. The unbreakable rise. Ride, watched, frill low. Truth won. Ready for more? Kethra nodded. Together. Crowd demanded the system break. It did. New era dawned.